Good morning, everyone. This is my list that I do for my groceries. Um, and what I do is I color coordinate it so that I know what is dairy, what is produce, and what is frozen food, and what is on the aisle. And so this is my estimate 124, but I'm going to a less expensive grocery store, so it should be less. So that includes me and the dogs. So I do this. I'll go down it real quick. I get a pack of grits because they're only 100 calories each, so I can throw it in. My limit is up 1,500 a day. It's my limit. Sometimes it's a little less than that because I'm on a diet. I've lost 6 pounds. Um, I get a light butter, like olive oil butter, 14 cans of dog food, dog snack, dry dog food, a large apple juice, no artificial sweetener, a regular cran or grape juice, two orange juice concentrates, no artificial sweeteners, 3 cans of soup. I'll double check them for sweeteners. Four yogurts, which is Coca Bani, I believe. Choca Bani, they have no artificial sweetener. Five rice or one mac. It's like little minute rice. They come in a 2 pack for like $1.98, and then there one extra could be rice-a-roni, or it might be like a macaroni, instant macaroni. That's because I mix it with soup and vegetables. Three Denny Moore, what I like the chili and spaghetti type. Five peaches or nectarines. Two light cottage cheese. Three potatoes. Three beans. 2 cans of beans, navy beans or white beans, or kidney beans, or 2 cans, 1 can of veggies, which is I like the Old Glory, which has like tomato and okra, maybe cabbage, rutabagas, some can of vegetable, two frozen vegetables. And since my diet, okay, two frozen vegetables, two ears of corn, and five TV dinners light. Okay, so what my diet consists of is you eat after 12 noon, and then you have another, like you might have 2 meals and of fruit. Then at dinner you have another type of 2 meals, which might be a vegetable, a TV dinner, and a piece of fruit, or a grit packet, whatever. And you come up to 12, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, somewhere in between 12 and 1,500 calories. Then you don't eat again till 12 or 1 the next day. um, if you have like subject to ulcers, um, or irritation of your stomach, what you think is, oh, I'll get something to eat and my stomach will feel better. That's not what's happening. It has to do with insulin, it has to do with IBS, it has to do with ulcers. So if you give your stomach that 18-hour span, you have a good night's sleep, you have a cup of caffeine-free tea like mint or chamomile, or these spices, ginger and hibiscus and rose hips and all these different things, orange zest, whatever, just different types of teas, caffeine free, it should say. I don't drink any type of caffeine, no colas. Occasionally, I may have a Alka Seltzer, which is probably good for the colon also, occasionally. Um, like yesterday, I did a 3 mile run and a 1 mile walk, and I'm working in my kitchen. So and the diet's going fairly well. Now, if I find that 1,500 calories is a little too much, I can drop it down some. But I'm getting a good variety of food. And I'm usually saving about $16 a week from going to the high end store to a more pedestrian type store. Um, so this is my room here. This was a double bedspread, but I made it into a twin bedspread. That desk was from the Robert Meyer Hotel for $67. Finally, after like 30 years, I used Google on and got rid of I need to bring my stocks and everything back up. You know how sad that is right now. I'm still buying $880 a month in stocks. Today is a walk day. I have several items that I'm going to be selling. That I put on next door. It's like a sander and uh, an exercise wheel and a slant board that I don't need. Somebody else may use. Now, I worked in the kitchen yesterday, so Here's my mutts, and my spare mutt came from the hoarder house, and she just left it to die, I guess. But he's quite elderly, so I painted the kitchen. So I have painted the entire kitchen, and then I don't know what these overhangs are called. I painted them. So my last duty is I see some spots, because you're trying to paint and think and not get any splotches. So I see a few spots. So what I'm going to do this morning when I get back from my walk is go ahead and touch that up. So this is the kitchen. See, there's an example of the soup. Here's the example of the food for the day. I've got a baked ziti, 5 cheese, frozen blueberries, an apple, a banana, mushroom soup, and if needed, a cream of wheat pack or two to come up to the proper calories. All right. And then I have these. I know they're dated, but I washed them and I picked them up at a flea market. I'm talking generation ago, back in the 80s or something. And I have little, and see, I was wasn't just a finisher. I must have come in, I must have placed. So win, place, or show, right? That means first, second, or third. So you come in. So I was able to do it. But yeah, I did this. And of course, I had to go back because I'm like Van Gogh, layer upon layer. So I had to come back and do the white because there were splotches here and there. But it's all good. It's all good. So that'll be done. See, there's a win, a Basca. But I have to come back and because the colors were so close, it was hard to see, So, all right, I found that on the street, this nice bookshelf. And these are from Big Lots, and I guess I went to St. Augustine. Of course, they're just imitation acrylic paintings, but I love that. That was from Belks. Bells? Bells. The little bell. Yeah. It could hard to find a beach scene. Every room has a beach scene almost. So we won't go in there right now. So this is the bathroom I'm going to be working after I get done with the kitchen and have my sales. I got to go on a 3-mile walk. I've got the bath fitter. Gosh, okay. So what I'm doing is we're taking down the wallpaper. And there's 2 layers to wallpaper. There's a part that's protective, and then there's a part that's like paper, like packing paper. So what I've watched the YouTube videos, and what you have to do is you take it. It was never done well because I did it. So you can see I wanted to test it out. So I'll do as smooth as I can get it. And then I have silver paint. There's old Miss Mary walking. So I've got to go on my walk this morning, take a bath, get ready. Okay, so here we are. Now, on Bundy, I wanted to do one more. Wait a minute. Here we go to put the clocks down so I get this up here. Okay, we come back to that ride. Like I said, I was looking at my clarinet, and I look up and I see this horror story in front of my face. And I stopped for a minute and I couldn't get out. So I said, "What is your name?" And he said, "Theodore." And I said, like a kid, I said, "What is your last name?" And he said, "Bundy." And I said, "Your name is Bundy like my clarinet, and your gun is silver like Debbie's flute. Debbie's father is an admiral at NASA." I said, "Okay, what is your name?" He said, "Theodore." And I said, "What is your last name?" And he said, "Bundy." I said, "Your name is Bundy like my clarinet, and your gun is silver like Debbie's flute. Debbie's father is an admiral at NASA," which, he was commander. And, okay, "Debbie's father's an admiral at NASA. If you're looking for girls, you ought to go up to the high school. There's older girls up at the high school. You ought to meet Vicky and Jeannie. They're older and already out on their own." See, Jeannie worked at Southern Bell, and she was half on her own, but I'm sure she was helping support the family. So I don't want to look like this in the morning. It doesn't look good, does it? All right. Well, I am getting over some kind of sinus thing. All right, guys. I got to get ready for my walk. But that's part of the story. Okay, thank you.